I can't remember the last time I watched a movie and the ending didn't make me mad, but I was frustrated that there wasn't a conclusion to someone's actions. Actions have consequences, and this didn't do it. Chase Lee Hockey here with the Blue Futon reviewing Bring Them Down. What's about pretty simple premise. There are rams on this hill, right? And think about Hatfield and McCoy in Ireland, but just two families that hate each other because something occurred with someone's mom and someone's sister. Let's put it that way. Bring them down. Bring the rams down. Once the rams come down because one family stole two of the rams, horrific actions ensue, and we're going to figure out if revenge will occur. So did I like this film? I did, but how the story was told, how some of the elements were concluded, pissed me off, because when someone does such a horrific act, which the person knows he did a horrific act, and he's just like, get away, but the consequences just wasn't shown because we are given this Christopher Abbott person, as well as Barry Keoghan. Those are, I would say, the two main characters. Christopher Abbott is shown in such a negative light that everything he does after the first scene of the film is kind of proving that he's a bad guy, even though he knows what he did in the past and he knows he has this demon, but he's not the bad guy. It's mostly the other people around him kind of like pushing the buttons. Like this is the movie where it's like, someone just keeps poking at you. And you take it, but then it boils and you explode. And that's what this movie is, an explosion that happens at the end. So the look of the film, fantastic. You could tell it's probably very few post-production, no CGI whatsoever. And I really dig these movies where we are relying on the landscape of Ireland. We're relying on the landscape of where we are at in the world. And I really like that. Christopher Abbott, which I was like, wait, he's playing an Irish guy, but he's an American. So I was like, but he did a pretty good job, in my opinion. Barry Keoghan, fantastic job. The other, side actors and actresses, fantastic job as well with making this story move forward. Okay, so how it is told, about the first 45 minutes is Christopher Abbott's point of view. The last 45 minutes is Barry Keoghan's point of view. And I really dug that of how they got to point A to point B to point C in their own personal experiences. I really dig that. What though? So something happens about the hour mark, right? And it's horrific. I mean, it is something that you hear the sound, you see the actions, and you're just, you're heart-wrenched. And there's very few times in movies where you're just like, go get that motherfucker. And I'm going to talk about another movie after this one where I'm getting dogged in the comments from my after reaction for having enough emotions. Sorry, I have more of a connection with the Rams. I'm sorry. It's just because they're more just innocent. Let's put it that way. Okay, so that happens. So his father says something about bringing a head. He takes it literally, does something, realizes it's the wrong head. And what happens at the end of the movie where I don't want to spoil it because it just came out, and I'll be doing a little bit more spoilers to other movies because of me moving and having all this stuff finally done. But it's just like at a point, some characters need to be like, this is what happened. This is why I'm bleeding. This is why this person has a knife in them. Look at me right now. And we don't do that. I understand at a point the demons are still holding him back of what he had done in the past. And he doesn't want to bring the burden onto other people or do that. But I do think it's on other people to be like, I fucked up. It's time for me to not be such a dick or a bad person, to shine light of what shit I've done, what atrocities I have ensued. So overall, bring them down. It is a visually stunning movie with this gorgeous landscape of Ireland, and you're in the nitty gritty of people that don't get on screen enough because, we have all these, fancy people and we don't know what real farmers do, and this is one of the movies that does it. Same with Green and Gold. There's more movies like that just to prove hey, not everyone lives in New York and LA and, lives the cush life against Starbucks every day. So I do like that style. Christopher Abbott, Barry Keoghan, fantastic job. All the other actors as well. The filmmaking experience, I dug it. Yes, there are some lighting issues with being very too dark, and you're just like, oh, I can't see what's happening. Especially sometimes with the dog. That's all I'm going to say as well, and other animals. But the ending, it just doesn't conclude how I want it to, because, oh my god, if you're doing something that horrific, consequences have to be given. Maybe they're not going to show it because the movie ended, but that ending, ugh, I left going, my gut hurts, my head hurts, and my heart hurts. So Bring Them Down will receive a 4 out of 5 with futons, which equals at 80%. So see the critics and your scores gave this one. Critics a 90% with 69 of them. Critic consensus: by withholding clear heroes or easy villains in the tale of the destructive neighborly feud, Bring Them Down stands as an exceptionally nauseous exercise in vengeance. Nuisance. I'm an idiot. All right. 90, 80. Chase out here with the Blue Futon. Like, comment, subscribe. One more of these Blue Futontopia. You Blue Futon. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. I'm going to watch Tate tomorrow, week from month, and year from every single freak one of you. Peace and love, and keep those Rams on the hill.